Podorf, a senior from Silver Lake, 31-2, going against Ricky Soliday from Phillipsburg, 20-5. Soliday in the blue singlets.
Yeah, of course, Podorf comes into the tournament ranked second behind Weiss from Minneapolis, and of course, Soliday was unranked. Part of the reason for Soliday being unranked was that he missed part of the year with an injury and an illness. He got dumped on his head out in the Colby tournament, and they thought there might have been a skull fracture there, as well as I understand he might have had a little pneumonia too. So,
yeah, in other words, he was hurt.
Yeah, and most of his losses have been out of state and to larger schools. So he came in unranked, but he certainly has proved that he's worthy of a ranking.
Well, it looks like right now Justin Podorf, the senior from Silver Lake, is worthy of a ranking too. He's out in front 2-0. And we're just underway in the first period at 1:19. Podorf, his brother Jason, wrestled at, I believe, 112, his twin brother.
Yeah.
And he took fifth, Brent. Or is that right? Did I get that right? That's Porter. Podorf, yeah, from Silver Lake. He ended up taking
third.
Third, yeah. So twin brothers seeing some championship action. Justin Podorf from Silver Lake, 31-2, as we said. Head coach Harry Lamar, originally from Russell, Kansas. Now out at Silver Lake near Topeka.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job with that program there too. They've been up in there the last 3 years, and probably the best wrestling I've ever seen out of Silver Lake.
Well, they're trying to finish in the top 5 this year. Improve on their finish from last year. Silver Lake finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 last year. And right now the aggressor is Justin Podorf against Ricky Soliday. He's got the lead and he's on top as they work towards the out-of-bounds mark.
And Soliday's just having a lot of trouble overcoming that pressure that Podorf's putting on him. And he's got another blood problem. Now this one is an injury timeout because it's not a nosebleed, it's bleeding from the mouth. And any bleeding other than a nosebleed is injury time. So, and that's important because the boy only gets 2 minutes of injury time during the match. Now, if he's injured on an illegal hold or something, he gets 2 minutes recovery time for that, and that's not part of his injury time. But he gets a total of 2 minutes of injury time, so they have to record that and keep track of it so that when he's reached that 2-minute point, he can't take any more injury time.
So they keep track of that as well as the times in the period. Right now we're in the first period, 39 seconds. And Podorf from Silver Lake will be the on-top wrestler. Soliday underneath. Nice move.
Tried that Granby roll and almost got it. He was a little bit too loose on it, though, to make it work right. He kind of got out too far from Podorf to really make it work. He didn't have the right pressure into it for it to work real well.
Podorf took first at the Rossville Regional. That was the fourth regional I couldn't name before. The Rossville Regional. He had a great regional there. She said 31-2 coming in. He beat Weiss of Minneapolis 6-0 to get to this matchup. 11 seconds left. Again, they'll reset in the middle in this first period. Podorf has had a good tournament. He got by Van Sciver.
Van Sciver from Plainville.
Yeah, from Plainville, excuse me. With a 9-0 mark. So he's had a good tournament to get to this point. 1 second, and that's going to end the first period. And a lot of action, not a lot of points. 2-0, Podorf with the lead over Soliday of Phillipsburg.
Of course, you just saw Soliday defer there. Now at the end of the first period, the one who wins the toss has the option of choosing top, bottom, neutral position, or deferring his choice to the third period. And that's what Soliday just did. He made Podorf make the choice this period so that he can have the choice in the third period. He's got pretty good leg moves there. Hadn't been able to turn him, but he's in pretty good position with those legs right now.
Head coach at Phillipsburg for Ricky Soliday. Head coach Mike Brown, been there for a few years. There's a good program continuing there. Soliday beat Weiss from Minneapolis, the #1 rated wrestler coming in. He beat him at the Phillipsburg Panther Classic. And also Soliday was the MCL champ.
Yeah, he's a good wrestler. He was here last year, as I recall, and he's a pretty decent wrestler. He just had a little bad luck this year, and that always hurts when you miss several matches. You notice he came into the match with the tournament with only 22 matches, while Podorf had wrestled 30 times. So that lack of experience does hurt you.
Yeah, Ricky Soliday 20 wins right now in the season, trying to make it 21 for the championship. He's trailing by 2, is not having much luck as he goes around the throat of Pottorff. Yeah, Soliday took 3rd at state at 103 back in 1991 for the Panthers. 56 seconds in the second period. The Panthers, Phillipsburg, have had some problem with sickness this year. They said there are a number of wrestlers that have had battles with pneumonia, and trying to get the strength back from something like that is really tough. Soliday looks to have found the form, though.
Well, he's got that cradle, and he's got at least his 2 count, so we're going to have a tie match here. We've got a 2-point near fall. And
Mike Brown, head coach, and assistant coach Dave Kelch really like that move.
Yeah. You like anything that scores.
If it works, it's good, huh?
Yeah. Speaking of sickness, there's been a lot of it throughout the state this year in all classes. Okay, we have a stalemate called here by referee Jerry Meyer. What that is that when you get interlocked in a position other than a pinning situation where neither wrestler can improve his position, you call a stalemate. And of course, if you do that several times in a row and you feel like one wrestler is just getting in that position to get the stalemate, you call him for stalling. So that was a good call there. Puts him back up and lets him get into some activity.
13 seconds and counting in the second period. Tie score.
Now, a lot of you saw Jerry count twice there, and you wonder why he didn't get a near fall. Well, he has to have him continuously breaking that 45-degree angle while he counts, and he has to have 2 counts before he breaks. But what happened there was the boy's shoulders were down. He got 1 count. They came back up. They went back down. He got 1 count again, so no points.
Has to be consistent. Okay. 1 period left. Tie score. This is a close matchup. Again, Soliday coming into the state tournament unranked by the Kansas Wrestling Coaches Association. Justin Pottorff, the 2nd-rated wrestler.
There he goes now. He's got that leg. If he can scoop those hips off to the side, he's going to get a reversal. But Pottorff knows that, and he's sucking around behind him to try to maintain that position. And we're liable to have another stalemate here pretty soon. Pottorff's coming back up behind, and we're still no change in position. And we have a potentially dangerous situation there, so they stop it and keep the boys from getting hurt.
Boy, that time Soliday looked to be in control as he was trying to maneuver that.
He hadn't changed the control yet. He was in a good position, but again, when it's potentially dangerous, you stop it to avoid the injury. Then there is no change.
Yeah, his knee got into a vulnerable area, so they said that. And
Pottorff decided to put his fortunes with the takedown. He's given away the escape and hopes that he can take Soliday down and ride him out for the win.
So that point gives Ricky Soliday of Phillipsburg a 3-2 lead in the 3rd period. Minute 15 and counting in this 119-pound weight class matchup.
Okay, both boys weren't out of bounds, but the referee felt that they were wasting time there, so he just take them back to the center and start him again. Here comes Pottorff on that flying cradle trying to get around there. He's almost there. He hooks that leg, he'll have his 2 points. There goes the 2.
Got around just enough to get to that leg, and he got the 2. Soliday working from underneath. 4-3. Pottorff has the lead by 1 over Soliday from Phillipsburg. Pottorff in the maroon and gold singlet. He's on top right now, leading by 1. 35 seconds left.
That's a lot of time when you got a 1-point lead and you're trying to hang on to it. And Soliday's having trouble getting his base. He's trying to talk the referee into calling the top man for stalling and giving him a new start.
So you can stall from the top or the bottom.
Yes, both boys can stall, and a lot of times both of them do. But and of course it's always the other fellow that's stalling.
10 seconds and counting. Pottorff on top, up by 1. 5 seconds. Can Soliday do it?
He's almost got it. Too late.
Man, oh man. I tell you, he had the right idea, and Justin Pottorff helps up Ricky Soliday, and he was hanging on to that leg for dear life because he knew what was going to happen.
Absolutely. It was close.
4-3. Justin Pottorff of Silver Lake ups his record to 32-2, and he is the state champion in his senior year at 119 pounds. Ricky Soliday moves his record to 20-6 in a close match, 4-3. Again, Pardoff from Silver Lake wins that one. I'll tell you, that was just another second, and it could have been a tied ball game.
That's why they call him a state champ when he's through.
That's just the difference between and not.
You know, on a given night, probably 6 different boys could win this thing.
You know, that is true. It gets down to where it's very close. And what makes the difference, do you think, between the champion and 6th place?
Sometimes it's the luck of the draw, because you got in the right half of the bracket and you got yourself up and you wrestled your best match when you needed to wrestle your best match. But there's a lot of good wrestlers here, and just because a boy took 6 doesn't mean he's that much worse wrestler. That may be the difference of 1 point between him and that state champion.
Boy, it is very close indeed. As I said, we've yet to see someone who totally dominates a weight class, because it is close. I mean, we'll see a couple of those wrestlers coming up that are that dominant. We've seen them in the past, but usually it's pretty close. Let's take a look at the top 6 medalists in the 112-pound weight. In 6th place was Billy Smith from Norton. 5th place, Greg Ernzen from Leavenworth Immaculata. You spent a little bit of time helping out with that program. Ernzen with the 5th place. In 4th place, Brent Porter from Leota. And in 3rd place, Jason Podorf from Silver Lake. His brother just won the championship at 119. And at 112, 2nd place goes to Jason Post of Hill City. And the champion at 112, Tyler Samuelson from Oakley. Now we're ready for